Hitha here with me on all things retail. Also joining us to discuss the holiday weekend is Shay. He's the president and CEO of the National Retail Federation. Matt, great to have you with us and to join us. Now, I believe your prediction for this holiday season is what, a gain of about 3.8%. You think we're going to actually meet that or even exceed it?
Absolutely. Earlier this year we put out a forecast of 2.8%. And that was before we'd seen the September and October numbers, and then we got very strong numbers in November. So about a week ago, we revised our forecast to 3.8%, based in part on those strong year-over-year comparables. In fact, the month of November was 4.5% better than a year ago, when we had relatively easy comps from 2009. So we revised the forecast to 3.8%, which is about $470 billion. That'll be the highest that we've seen in the 10 years that we've been tracking this. And I'm confident that when the numbers come out in January 12th, that we will easily meet or exceed that 3.8%.
Matt, what percentage of online sales represent, excuse me, the holiday sales? Online sales are going to be about $32 billion this season. What percentage of that represents all of overall sales?
Well, what we see, Hitha, during the course of the year normally is that online is about 7 or 8% of overall sales. During the holiday season, we expect that to be something higher. It could be in the high teens or maybe even slightly higher than that. This is really, I think, something we cannot overstate the importance of. The online, mobile, tablet phenomenon has really exploded. And it started to happen in the last year or two. But this year, retailers really figured out how to take advantage of consumers' interest in this new technology and to apply it in a way that actually drove additional sales. And we're pretty confident that when we see the final number in January, it's going to be increased significantly as a result of this new technology. So I think, we see this normally growing 15%. This is probably going to be a year in which we see online sales for the holiday component of the sales at maybe 20 or more percent.
One thing that I know Heath has talked about as well this morning is this idea that a lot of retailers are going into the first quarter with lower inventory or low inventory. So how is that going to set us up for sales in the first quarter, Matt?
Well, we know that going into the holiday season, retailers were very careful about their inventory mix, having been through the experience of 2008 and 2009, where we saw the steep discounting and the unplanned discounting. And we saw plenty of promotion and plenty of discount this holiday season. Really drove sales and drove foot traffic. But all of that was planned. So this is everything that you see now that's being discounted is essentially something that was planned for. And it's not going to be at the expense of margin. We know that in the last week we've seen retailers restocking some of that inventory because we know the gift card sales were very, very high this year, higher than we've ever seen. And we want to make sure that when people come back into the stores with those gift cards to redeem them, there's some merchandise there to take advantage of. So going into the first quarter, I think we'll see people continue to change that mix. But there ought to be inventory in those stores when people come back at the beginning of the year.
Okay, there's going to be things to buy. All right, Matt, thank you. Matt Shay, the president and CEO of the National Retail Federation, also to Heath.